Broadcasts of HIKI NŌ are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI NŌ. Kamehameha Schools, empowering Hawaiian keiki to explore, discover, and inspire. ABC Stores, a local company helping to transform education and develop Hawaii's workforce through bold learning initiatives like HIKI NŌ.
Aloha! I'm Yasha Ronquillo, a 2018 HIKI NŌ graduate from Maui High School. Early last fall, I had the honor of being included in a HIKI NŌ Class of 2018 special in which fellow graduates and I discussed our post-high school, post-HIKI NŌ plans. The plans I had mentioned in that episode have come to be. I am currently a freshman at the University of Hawaii Maui College, majoring in Applied Business and Information Technology. But I'm also teaching media at Maui High School, working with my former teachers Clint Gima and Leilani Abafo. My interaction with current HIKI NŌ students at Maui High includes helping them conceptualize their story ideas, giving them feedback on their work, and, if needed, supervising them on shoots. Going from HIKI NŌ student to HIKI NŌ teacher has given me a unique perspective on Hawaii's statewide student news network, and I am pleased to share that perspective with you in this special episode, in which I will present some of the outstanding HIKI NŌ stories from the fall semester of the 2018-2019 school year. Webster's New World Dictionary defines empathy as the ability to share in another's emotions, thoughts, or feelings. This ability permeates the best HIKI NŌ stories through both the storytellers and the people whose stories are being told. The following feature by students at Waiakea High School in the Hilo district of Hawaii Island is a perfect example.
Jonathan and Danielle Mendoza are a team at home and at work.
I'm a parent consultant, and I also handle intake at Catholic Charities.
We have about 25 families, and basically I prepare them to be able to care for the youth that are in our program.
I actually get to work in the same office, in the same part of the agency with my husband, John. We have lunch together and just spend, times together. We're also in professional roles together. So that's pretty cool, and it's pretty unique.
So he's good to go tomorrow.
It's not over when we leave our work at 4:30 or 5, because many times we meet a family to pick up a youth, and we provide respite, which is giving the foster parents a break. And my wife and I have been working together for over 20 years at this agency. When you're raising someone else's kids that have gone through some trauma, it's definitely important that we're unified. A lot of these children that are in our program have gone through some severe neglect and abuse, and therefore the parents need to be trained on how to react and respond to these children that have been through some severe types of trauma.
Oh, good job.
The kids are in our program for a little while, and then they return hopefully home to their families. But just watching the families actually trust us with their kids, and the kids developing trust with us too. The best remarks I get for the kids, sometimes in the morning I'll say, how'd you sleep? And she's like, the best sleep I've ever had. And that to me is a huge compliment, because that means they felt safe.
Ronnie Brockway was one of the first youths to live with the Mendozas.
I was one of those kids who acted out and threw tantrums and was belligerent. I think that being in foster care, one of the things that it taught me is it taught me to stand on my own. Oh my gosh, look how small I am.
Oh no, you're gonna love this one. Do you remember this?
They went to the beach, they took me. They went to church, they took me. And so I think that that was something that was so positive, because they didn't really have to do that. I wasn't an outcast, I was part of their family, and that's how they made me feel.
I remember her saying, she wanted to be a judge and she wanted to be a lawyer. She's just got her master's degree and she's doing really well in the community.
They never gave up on me. You know, regardless if I was in their home or not, it was always Auntie Dee and Uncle John.
We're always kind of on, in a sense, to really be able to teach the youth, and always trying to teach, you know, the skills that will help them to be able to generalize it, not only in a different home, but for their lives in the future, in the community, in school, or at a job.
Shanta, good job. She likes you.
Some people might think it's kind of crazy. You know, you work with your spouse and be together all the time, and it could be, but it actually really works for us. There's a great need in the community, but it also is just really cool to open up your home and share your life and learn about others. And as we're teaching them things, I don't think there's a day that goes by that I haven't learned something from them. So it's kind of a win-win situation, and I hope we can do it for a long time.
This is Emily Tsuji from Waiakea High School for HIKI NŌ.
In watching this next story, I was really impressed by how its creators were able to showcase the depth of character in their protagonist, fitness coach Justin Yanagita. Justin's ability to harness his personal challenges into a passion that helps others is the epitome of empathy in action. Here is his story by HIKI NŌ students from HP Baldwin High School on Maui.
Dude, I like that, man. Positivity is like my drug, man. Ta-lee, ta-lee. And then as you express your body,
Justin, he's a great coach, man. He's real charismatic, real, just like he gets everyone going, you know.
I think Justin has a lot of energy and he brings a lot to the gym.
He's kind of like, he's super positive, like in your face positive and really motivated.
Located in Wailuku, Maui is personal trainer and motivational speaker Justin Yanagita, who owns and operates his gym, Yanagita Fitness.
Many people who start because they were athletically gifted or they had a natural talent for exercise or athletics or sports. I came from the complete opposite side of the spectrum, where I was 40 pounds overweight, I had chronic asthma, and I had a liver disease where I was told I'm not going to live to see my 30th birthday. I was just so beaten, battered, destroyed in every sense a human can be, and I almost committed suicide twice. And overcoming that depression was probably the most challenging thing I've ever done, because I had no sense of worth, no value, no self-love, no self-respect. And overcoming that struggle right there just manifested into me being hyper grateful.
After relentless bullying and listening to others think, Justin began to train his mind and body to become immune to what others thought, with meditation and practice of gratitude, by appreciating the little things in life and being thankful for everything and everyone around him.
Being able to overcome my own physical, emotional, and mental struggles helped to inspire me to want to help other people.
Today, Justin speaks to educate people to find their purpose in what they want to do in life. He also speaks to people seeking to have a healthy lifestyle.
I realized I wanted to help people since I was a kid. All of these different things amounted to being very, very empathetic. And by being able to empathize with others, I'm truly able to connect on a heart-to-heart basis. I realized by speaking to people's hearts, we can change their lives. I realized no matter how many people it is, if I can just speak to one person and change one life, I know I did my purpose there.
This is Serene Morales from HP Baldwin High School for HIKI NŌ.
Fighting sickness with fitness never sleeps.
This next story, An Everyday Battle, is not only special to me because I mentored the students who created it. It's also because it is about one of my closest friends. Despite her depression, KAMEHAMEHA is a strong young woman, and as her friend, I strongly believe that. I'm so glad that the students at Maui High School were able to tell her story with the perfect balance of objectivity and empathy.
I actually used to self-harm myself. I got it right there on my left arm so that every time I have the feeling of hurting myself, I can look at it and it'll remind myself to stay strong.
For 18-year-old Kahului resident KAMEHAMEHA, her floral tattoo serves as a reminder of her self-inflicted cuts and the person she once was.
There were so many things that went wrong during 2018, and I honestly thought I couldn't take it anymore. I did a lot of things that I wasn't proud about. When I finally hit my lowest point, it was eye-opening to me. 'Cause none of it was ever worth the risk. I finally admitted to myself that I have a mental health problem, and I finally wanted to get better.
Getting better took many creative forms for KAMEHAMEHA.
The first step to getting over your ex is to get rid of everything that reminds you of them.
YouTube has definitely given me that voice that I thought I would never have. It's given me an outlet where I could actually speak my mind, and I've spent almost all of my life caring about what other people thought, and I have gotten to the point where in my life where I don't care what other people say anymore. I just keep doing the things I love to do. That's all that matters.
A healthy network of friends has also served as a catalyst for change.
This was a letter from one of my best friends on my 18th birthday. I really wish for you to be happy, KAMEHAMEHA. Whatever it takes, I will help you through it. Now I know that I'm never truly alone. I know there's someone I can always turn to, and that gives me satisfaction and just hope.
Now, KAMEHAMEHA's hope thrives. In the videos she creates,
I really love having my short hair.
her friends, and the life that she lives today. This is Joshua Lee from Maui High School for HIKI NŌ. If you or someone you know is dealing with urges to self-harm, you can find help at www.crisistextline.org/self-harm.
Empathy is not limited to people sharing the feelings of fellow human beings. Animals also elicit and are deserving of our empathy. The following story by students at KONAWAENA on the Kona side of Hawaii Island is proof positive of this.
On the Big Island of Hawaii, an organic farm is dedicated to helping abused, orphaned, and abandoned goats.
We had a neighbor who brought us a baby goat in the bottom of a bucket, and the Dancing Goat Sanctuary was born. We had never met or worked with goats before, and it captured all of our hearts here on the farm. And so Starina, we give her credit for starting the Dancing Goat Sanctuary.
Starina became the first of many rescues at the sanctuary that has provided a safe environment where neglected animals can thrive.
Some of our largest rescues have actually been from folks in the community who have been to the farm, and they recognize when an animal is in need and needs help, and they will give us a call, and sometimes people just show up at the gate, and we work with them to help them find a safe, secure place for the animals that often they care very deeply for.
Shauna Gunnarsson mentors youths in an after-school program called Kahana no Eau. The students learn about sustainability, self-determination, and how to treat animals compassionately.
Good enough? Most of the goats here are pretty nice, as long as you don't trigger them by touching them on their nose, because when goats fight with their horns, they usually hit like right here and here.
I want students to understand how their actions impact others. And with animals, we can see this very clearly because animals are very good about giving us feedback to our actions. So for example, when students come out to the farm and they're waving their arms and they're being very loud, the animals have a very obvious reaction to those loud noises and those uncontrolled actions.
During my time on Miss Gunnarsson's farm, I discovered that my energy levels were way too high for the animals and sometimes the other people on the farm to cope with. Like whenever I would approach an animal, they would either scamper away or like leave the area slowly so as to not cause my energy levels to spike higher. That made me realize that sometimes you need to be calm and collected and disciplined in life in order to get what you wanted. And so that applies to all areas, and that's what I learned from the farm.
Students not only learn how to interact with animals, but that animals have social relationships that humans are not aware of. Visitors who spend time with the animals learn why animals have developed particular behaviors.
Someone, so they thought he was trying to be aggressive, but he wasn't. He just wanted to play.
Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members." The Dancing Goat Sanctuary emphasizes trust, understanding, and patience, setting a path for both animals and youth to build lasting connections. This is Xavier Chung from KONAWAENA High School for HIKI NŌ.
The work being done by the protagonists in our next story is truly inspiring, especially for young women who are trying to find self-confidence in this sometimes brutal age of social media. It's a story about empathy, told with empathy. Here is Empowering Women by students at KAMEHAMEHA School's MAUI High School.
That there is good things out there.
In an age where self-esteem is low and many young women rely on social media to feel confident, Taylor Lee has decided to make a difference.
It's going to be compliment pockets, so everyone's going to get a folder.
I decided to have a retreat, and at first I just wanted to have a group, but I felt like I could get a better outcome if I did an overnight retreat with all girls. I struggle with having confidence in myself, and I wanted to make a difference in others, so I wanted to try and help other girls, preferably younger, because I feel like high school is a really hard time, and I wanted underclassmen to feel like they had support and that it's really not all that bad. Because it took me so long to realize that it doesn't matter what other people think and just to find yourself. So I just really wanted to try separate social media and your self-confidence.
Taylor has fought self-doubt and low self-confidence in the past.
So personally, I always had trouble with accepting what I looked like, and that was hard for me because I always tried to please others. It's like a daily thing, and it just made me not want to try new things, and that I would feel like I needed to post certain things just to be liked. I feel really negatively affected me.
However, Taylor learned that she can be happy as her real self.
Once I got into the high school, I tried out for volleyball, and I made a lot of good friends out of that. And I feel like if you bond with people that have the same passion as you and have the same goals as you, you'll find a really good group of people, a platform. Because I just learned that I can do whatever I want no matter what I look like, and people are gonna like me for me and for what I can do, not only what I look like.
Because Taylor has found true confidence, she is able to impact others and help them get through struggles of their own.
I hope that my participants took away how to be confident in their own bodies and realize that they don't need social media to determine if they're pretty, if they're liked, or if they're popular. I just really hope that they know that they're perfect the way they are. You go out there and do what you want to do, because if you put your mind to it, you will do it. And I promise you can do that in anything possible.
Taylor broke through her challenges to show the world just how amazing she is and encourages other girls to be themselves. This is Amaya Genovia from Kamehameha School's Maui for HIKI NŌ.
Having empathy for an artist often depends upon understanding the highly personal connection between the artist and his or her art form. The Evan Mackay Middle School students on Oahu who created the following story did an excellent job of making the connection between a young dancer and her love of dance crystal clear. Here is Ilima Dancer.
It's okay to be emotional sometimes, and that's just gonna help me be a better person in life.
Ilima Sexton is a 12-year-old student at Evan Mackay Middle School. Like others her age, she enjoys school and hanging out with friends. However, unlike most students, Ilima uses dance to help her deal with some of the issues that she had come across in life.
I actually had Ilima start dancing because I wanted to get her involved in something after school. I didn't want her to just sit around and do nothing. And I picked Hyper Squad because it was literally right down the road, so it was easy for anyone to take her to dance right after school.
One obstacle that I went through was my parents' divorce at a very young age, and just not having a father figure is probably one of the reasons why I was a very shy kid. I was kind of scared to see if any kids would judge me about it, and I didn't really understand why we needed a father.
Dance has also led her to make unbreakable bonds with her teammates. Being in a team together has helped them develop respect for one another. Each person understands the struggle they are going through and the way that dance helps them cope with it.
I love dancing with Ilima because she makes me work extra hard because she's so good. And whenever I'm in class, I look at her and I'm just like, yes. And when I'm in dance class and I watch her perform and all of her solos that she does, I like to take that as advice and put it into mine.
Ilima's biggest triumph is her appearance on the big hit TV show World of Dance on NBC with her team, the Rascals. Even though they didn't win, they all left knowing that they had represented Hawaii with their best effort. All of their hard work and dedication had led her and her team here.
I used to be a very shy kid. I would never talk to anyone besides my mom, and I think dancing just made me more confident in myself and realize that I can be amazing and there is something special in me.
You do sacrifice a lot of time, whether it's with your family or your friends. So as long as you're willing to sacrifice that and you have people that support you in those decisions, you can make it successful.
I have definitely made a lot of friends in my dance experience, and they are my closest friends just because we've seen all the struggles that we are going through and why we dance and how it copes with our emotions.
Her family was split by a divorce and she was struggling with her confidence. Although this had happened, she fought through by using dance to express herself. Her dream is to be a dance choreographer or a backup dancer for celebrities. Ilima is willing to be an icon for those who are struggling just like she was. This is Chloe Kabigan from Eva Mackay for HIKI NŌ.
It is relatively easy to have sympathy for someone who is battling cancer, even if you yourself have never suffered from a life-threatening illness. But having empathy, knowing what it's like to actually walk in that patient's shoes, can be a challenge. A well-told story can help you overcome that challenge with understanding. The following feature by students at WAIMEA High School on Kauai does just that.
Get me! Ronale is fun to be with. She's really funny. And then when you're with her, you just feel relaxed.
WAIMEA High School student Ronale Batakan is truly that typical teenager, hanging out with friends, doing homework, and of course, always on Snapchat.
My personality in general is always like very optimistic, very like, I can do this. But like, yeah, throughout that experience, I had some downfalls.
Life took a dramatic downfall when Ronale was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a cancer which damages the immune system. She was only 15.
My initial thought was, I'm gonna die. But then my mom explained that it was treatable, that there's a chance, and that I will be okay. And then, so yeah, we went from there, did treatment.
During her 4 months in chemotherapy, Ronale struggled in finding balance between fighting and also living a normal life.
The main struggle was the chemo because it like make you feel so disgusting and like groggy and tired and sore. And like not being at school and like being able to learn the lesson, it was hard because like I'd like go to school and they're starting a lesson and then like I'd leave and then I'd come back and they're on something totally different.
Despite her struggles, Ronale's optimism allowed her to persevere and be positive throughout her experience.
She totally surprised everybody when the doctors asked her, you know, how do you feel? Or, you know, and she just, when she said, it is what it is, and she just smiled. And I just, you know, gotta go do it. And it just shocked everybody. We just didn't know what to say after that. But
this is like too much. I don't want to do it. But then, I don't know, just like thinking about my family, my friends, and like my future, like I don't want to give that up. So that was like my main motivation.
Now, after a year from her diagnosis, Ronale is currently in remission. Her positivity has helped her to persist in her experience and in life.
You would never expect to get cancer. Like it was just something just like out of all the people, I got it. So like, yeah, anything can happen, but you just have to persevere, be optimistic, be positive, have hope that If like life throws all these obstacles at you, these trials, that you can get through it. It's just a matter of if you want to do it.
This is Kalnwachi from WAIMEA High School for HIKI NŌ.
I hope you've enjoyed watching these outstanding HIKI NŌ stories from the fall semester of the 2018-2019 school year as much as I've enjoyed sharing them with you. As a former HIKI NŌ student turned part-time HIKI NŌ teacher, it's inspiring for me to see the program's legacy of empathy-driven storytelling not just continuing, but thriving. It's just one of the many telltale signs that Hawaii students HIKI NŌ can do.
Broadcasts of HIKI NŌ are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI NŌ. Kamehameha Schools, empowering Hawaiian keiki to explore, discover, and inspire. ABC Stores, a local company helping to transform education and develop Hawaii's workforce through bold learning initiatives like HIKI NŌ.